now what we want to do in this project is we want to take all the components that we've created so far and bring them into Final Cut Pro. So we have the animation rendered out from After Effects. We have the soundtrack file, which was created in GarageBand. We didn't do that as a class, but you would on your own projects. And then finally you have the sound effects, which were created in Soundtrack Pro. All three of those things need to be in Final Cut Pro, and then we can make final adjustments and send it to Compressor. So let's import the things that we need. File, import files. And I need the Promo video file, the sound effects file, the AIF one, and then the music file, which is also AIF. Bring those in. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to drop the video track. First of all, let's do a check on the settings for this video. Oops. I want to make sure it's interpreting this correctly. It should be, yeah, since we made it widescreen NTSC, it should be anamorphic, technical term, but it just means it stretches it to make it a widescreen image. It'll look squished if it doesn't have that check mark there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this movie clip, drop it into our timeline just like this, just drag it down to the timeline, and we're going to get a warning. And it's going to ask us, kind of runs off the screen there, but it's asking us if we want to set our sequence to the values of our clip. Yes, we do. So click yes, and that makes the clip display the images perfectly. Okay. Let's drop our music track on the second level here. It's going to be a stereo track, so it'll be left and right audio there. And then finally, we're going to take our sound effects and drop that on the layer below. Now you'll notice there's about 5 layers of sound effects. And the reason is a couple of the sounds we used are Dolby surround sound files. And so they are designed to be played with 5 channels, 2 of which are behind you. And we don't have, surround sound speakers in the classroom, so that's, we're never going to hear that or notice any difference. But that's why it comes up as 5 tracks. Okay. So right now, the video is set to play. Okay, so all the sound effects are in there, all the music's in there, but you notice it's peaking quite a bit higher than what we set it at for our sound effects. The reason is it's the music file primarily because we left that one out of our mix, even though we tested it at a certain level in Soundtrack Pro. We didn't actually export it that way. And that was intentional because I wanted to have volume control over this and the sound effects separately in Final Cut Pro. So what we'll need to do is go to the, well, there's a couple ways. You can click this button down here, and that creates sound lines here, and you can lower those volume levels. But a better way, I think, to work is to go to the Tools menu and choose Audio Mixer. And then I'll bring out this window that just popped up there. And this has all the channels in our project on it. It's got a master volume level over here, but we also have the individual channels. So A1 and A2 are our music files. So let's take those and drop them down to -6 and see if that affects the levels in a positive way. Okay, it's good. They're down there, but they're a little bit above that still. So another thing we could do is take our sound effects, all of those, and bring those down to -6 and see if we can get our levels back to where we need them to be. And let's take a look. Okay, those are looking good. They're staying above -12 and below -6, so I think that's pretty good. So if you get your levels to that, then you're okay. You can close this little tools window there. And what we'll do next is we will send this to Compressor. So File, Send to, oops, make sure you click on your sequence before you do that. File, Send to Compressor. And Compressor will open in just a second. Okay, compressor is, it won't shrink to the size that I'm recording at, so some of the stuff's going to run off the screen. But when you send it to compressor, you should end up with this window here that says Sequence 1, which is your sequence from Final Cut Pro. And in our Destinations tab, we're going to go to Custom, grab your compressor output, and drop that up there. Now, for our settings, which we usually use the Assignments preset, there's a problem because the Assignments preset forces it to 640 by 480, which is not widescreen, which is going to create a squished image. That's not going to look right. So we need to duplicate this. So click on that and click the duplicate button, Assignments copy, and what we'll do is we'll rename this Assignments Widescreen. And I've already done this, so I've got Assignments Widescreen already listed, so I'm going to call this one Widescreen Format just so I don't confuse the two. But call yours Assignments Widescreen. And then we need to go to the Geometry tab here, the circle, square, triangle image there. Go down here to the frame size and change it from 640 by 480 to custom 16 by 9. And then what we need to do is take the width and set it to, I believe it's 854. Yeah, that'll make the height 480, which it's supposed to be. So 854 is the width for widescreen and square pixels. And then we're set. Everything else should be the same. If this were a video film issue where you had filmed it with a video camera, you'd probably want to do a de-interlacing, in which case you would duplicate your 640 by 480 de-interlaced preset and make it widescreen. But in this case, it's all from After Effects, so it's all generated by the computer, so there's no de-interlacing that we need to do. So we'll save that, and then go ahead and drag your Assignment Widescreen preset up there. Go ahead and name this one your class period, 2, 1, 2, or 3, and then your last name, and we'll call it promo. And we'll click submit, and go ahead and watch it go. When you click submit, if yours happens to fail, and meaning it doesn't do the progress bar and it says the word failed down here, what you need to do is go to the compressor menu and choose Reset Background Processing. And then when the window comes up, I usually just choose Cancel All Jobs, and then I click Submit again, and that seems to clear whatever the problem is out of the way, and then it works just fine. Okay, once you've got this finished and it's all compressed out, then take your compressed version and drop that into the Dropbox, and you are finished with this project.